This is a Sorcery Blitz game that we played at FAB Foundry in Portland, Oregon. At the top of the screen is Kellen playing a Deathspeaker deck, and then I'm at the bottom of the screen playing an Avatar of Earth deck. So, Sorcery Blitz, I think I've talked about the format before on the channel, but like we're experimenting with it. We're doing time turns with a chess clock, 5 minutes per player, best of 3 rounds. At the end of each round, you banish every card that was drawn in the previous game. So your decks get smaller and smaller, and you have less to work with there. Turn 2, getting that Briar Patch into the center of the field here. Kellen taking a turn 2 to play a toolbox. Pass turn. Turn 3, landmass. So hitting that ramp, getting a second bramble, a Briar Patch into the middle of the field there, creating that T-shaped site placement, and then passing turn. Sphere of Animosity. Kellen plays a Sphere of Animosity onto my side here, so locking my avatar into that grid for now. Accidentally almost played a minion out instead. Playing No Man's Land forward, 5 mana for an Atlas Wanderer to swap out the sites and bring his Ruin forward. And now, like, he's in a really bad position here with my Avatar of Earth in attack position onto the Ruin for a huge power up. We're looking at 3, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage if undefended. I think he's just gonna make he's just gonna do the best he can here. I think he's playing out a Violamp. Yeah, there goes the Violamp to do 2 points of damage, and he needs a blocker there, otherwise he's gonna take a huge hit. I mean, he's taking like just getting hit by a truck here with Avatar of Earth, and then also the Wanderers are still there, and they're 5 power. Removing the imp, attacking in for I think we only said 6, but it's actually I think it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Excuse me, it's 7 points, not 9. 7 points of damage. So I think we were off by 1 there. It's really hard to calculate it on the go when you're playing when you're playing on a timer here like that. Playing the order. I think that's Order of the White Stag. The one that prevents you from casting minions out of hand, which kind of screws over Deathspeaker. They can't get the Genesis abilities onto the timeline with that in play, nearby at least. Which is what we're finding out here. He's trying to cast he's trying to cast Angry Mob from Toolbox to take care of the Atlas Wanderer. And so we just had that quick clarification. There's not a lot to do. Like, he's Feast of Crowing, Feast for Crows. He's taking out my Pudge Butchers. And then he's pausing the timer here. Just we're doing searches. I think we might have landed on like for things like deck searches and stuff. We're just gonna pause the clock. And again, like, this isn't really supposed to be a competitive format. It's supposed to be like just a casual, fun format that you play with your friends. So it's really honor system there. That you're not going to do something weird like common sense and then slow roll your common sense for 2 minutes so you have more time to think on a turn or something like that. Like, the intent is that both players try to maintain board state best you can, and you play honestly, and you just try to play within the restrictions of the format. Kellen now at door, and with a threat threatening to attack him at door here with the Delscent Phalanx. Okay, he's playing an Acid Rain. And a Highland Princess. Highland Princess for a ring. Passing turn. And I think if we were like, so he's got one blocker. He's got one blocker on the table now, to buy himself another turn potentially. I think if we were thinking more strategically, with the way that we set this up with best of 3 rounds, maybe opt not to search for a ring, just so you have the ring available for you potentially in your next game. Because now that he's drawn it, he's not going to have access to it. But I have an Atlas Wanderer, so I mean I attack in to kill the Highland Princess, use the Atlas Wanderer to switch the sites again, and then I'm able to attack in with either my Avatar of Earth or the original Atlas Wanderer. So that was game 1. And we're going to move to game 2 here. And like I said, like you take every card that you drew for the previous game and you banish those out, and you just don't have access to those anymore. Which is like, I'm a little nervous about that, seeing kind of what's been removed from my deck there. Like I lost all 3 Pudges. I think I lost 2 out of 3 of the Delscent Phalanx. Both Atlas Wanderers. Atlas Wanderers are somewhat of a key piece, at least for my Avatar of Earth deck. I really want to be able to have those site reposition options. It does help me here. Like I think I'm at an advantage against Kellen here because he is running Earth sites. So the chances of getting a couple of freebie power-ups from sites from my opponent is a lot higher than it could be if someone was running like a water heavy deck, for example, or like a mono fire air, something like that. There are a lot of other popular combos in the game, even in off meta decks that don't use a ton of Earth sites. So we're setting up for our second game here. Sometimes it feels like the setup for the game almost takes longer than the games themselves in this format. We are playing with second player seer role, and we did agree that in best of 3, the player that lost first round gets to choose whether or not they're going to take the play or draw. So Kellen opted to take the play. Gets a ruin out again for turn 1. Turn 2, Gnome Hollow, which is a decent play for him. Kind of, it buys him, in theory, it will buy him a little bit more time and make it more difficult for me to get in there and get to him. Unfortunately for Kellen, I think I drew into and I kept two Rift Valleys. Rift Valley is also pretty important in my deck. I don't know if this is like the best strategy for Avatar of Earth or not, but if I get 1 or 2 Rift Valleys in my starting hand, I'll usually draw for sites earlier than usual. So on my turn 1, my turn 2, I might be drawing for sites instead because I want to keep those Rift Valleys in hand and be able to use them to my advantage. I think it's too huge an advantage in most cases to just burn a Rift Valley and not take advantage of that column split. Kellen getting out a Root Spider, passing turn, and I think he played out. I think that's a Awaken Tools artifact that he played to his Deathspeaker. There's my first Rift Valley, getting the Gnome Hollow out of the way. And I think because there are enough Earth sites on the opposite end of the board here, I'm gonna just go ahead and grapple shot to him, doing a total of 4 points of damage to his Avatar, passing turn. Should pass turn, yeah. So my mana pool sitting at 4. and in position to attack each turn for 4 here. Or tap to get another site out if I need 5 mana to make a play. With Atlas, well, I can't do Atlas Wanderers because those got banished out from the previous game. But something like an Earthquake. I don't think I played an Earthquake last game. Kellen playing a Fate Changeling. I think to get a blocker on board here. Moving the Root Spider under my Rift Valley. Good play there to prevent me from summoning to the Rift Valley and taking advantage of that launching pad to his sights and to his avatar. Tapping for a sight, playing another Rift Valley. I don't think in retrospect that was the best play, because I don't think it didn't increase the power of the Avatar of Earth at all, and I don't think it was super advantageous for me to get my sight in that position. But I did get the Paladins out. I'm sort of forcing him to move the Spider. Kellen playing Kaale onto his back site. I think he's just attacking in to the Avatar of Earth for a point of damage. And then he's realizing that he misplayed earlier. He didn't have the threshold previous turns to play the Fate Changeling. He didn't have a water threshold until he played Kaale. But like I said, this is a for fun format, so we're just gonna roll with it and we're gonna keep going. And I mean, the goal is just like play fast, try to play as honest as you can. Don't let the timer beat you. I think it's worse to spend too much time thinking and lose to the timer in this format. Like, that just feels like a bad way to lose the game. Attacking it for 4 points. Playing another Paladins in a position that he currently cannot defend. If I chose to attack into the tower. He did move his Spider under my other Rift Valley to disable the Paladins up there. He's tapping for a sight. I think he was debating whether or not he wanted to just move into Gnome Hollow. Because the way that the Earth sites are set up there with 4 power, the Avatar of Earth can't enter Gnome Hollow itself. It could still attack the site that it's on, but it would afford him maybe a little bit of protection, at least for the Avatar. Now that he is, let's see. Is that Angry Mob? Yeah, he played an Angry Mob. I think he played that from hand this time, so it must not have been an Angry Mob from his collection. Or maybe it was from his collection. I forgot. I wasn't paying attention. He had a toolbox out. Sorry, so he did play the Angry Mob from his collection, like he was trying to do last turn. I get a so he removed one of the Paladins. I get an Earthquake out though for a reposition. Pushing his Spider all the way into the corner there, which gives me a little more breathing room for that. And then passing turn. And Kellen reminds me that I should be attacking one of my Paladins of Bazia to the tower, which I meant to do, and I just I forgot, because we're trying to play really fast. The time is ticking down on our clocks here, but I'm feeling pretty good about my chances of being able to get him before time runs out. And if I was on the other side of the board here, where I was trying to reestablish control of board with limited time available on the clock. I mean, I don't know. I think I do my best to kind of keep playing and remain optimistic and have fun, just because you never know what can happen. It is entirely possible that you're able to stabilize the board somehow in sorcery, and like if you get yourself into a stable position and then are able to start swinging in, you can turn the tables very fast. Kellen just conceding. I think I told him. I told him on the previous turn that I had, after I put him at door, that I had some win conditions in my hand, and I had like a couple ways to get to him there. So that's it. That's the end of this set of Sorcery Blitz. I'm enjoying the format. Like anybody that I've played so far here has been enjoying the format. But again, I want to stress that like it's a format that you play when both players are comfortable with the game and with the understanding that it is a casual for fun thing.